Welcome to The Sustainable Mind. I'm Leanne. In this video, I'd like to guide you through a sounds and thoughts meditation. This practice is useful as a way of cultivating our awareness, to become aware of our experience by listening, by noticing, by observing. And this sense of becoming the observer, the witness to our experience, to our thoughts, can be really, really useful as a way of separating ourselves from our thoughts. So often we can get caught up, lost in the story, overwhelmed by the number of thoughts, the types of thoughts, we believe the thoughts, and this practice really helps to understand and recognize what our thoughts are, what our thinking patterns are. And this way of observing then can mean that we can then choose what we respond to and how we respond. Okay, well let's give it a go. And the invitation is now to settle in and find a comfortable posture that will support your practice today. You might like to close the eyes or hold a soft gaze. And we'll begin by a gentle grounding in the body. Feeling our feet resting on the ground. Feeling our seat nestling on whatever we're seated upon today, whether it's a chair, the side of the bed, a cushion, the floor. Just nestling in there. And then if you're able to, sitting tall in the upper body, or if you need some support, to make sure you've got some support in the back there for you. And just allowing the arms and hands to rest easily. Perhaps just checking in with the fingers that they are soft and loose. Lengthening in the neck, balancing the head. And perhaps starting here just by bringing in a small but real smile to the mouth. And just seeing what comes for you in terms of this energy from the smile. Sometimes it can be a softness, a lightness. And this can really help to bring a sense of lightness into our practice, to foster this attitude of interest, curiosity. What is this? And also, if there's a lot of distraction, a lot of mind wandering, this smile helps bring in a bit of kindness into whatever the mind is doing, however the mind is, and if it's busy. So just checking in with a couple of key areas that's often tight or tense, and This might be the same or vary for you, but checking in with the jaw, maybe loosening, softening the jaw. Softening in the neck and the shoulders if you can. Softening in the belly. And softening in the fingers and the toes. And if it feels comfortable for you, maybe taking just a couple of deeper breaths here, 2 or 3, just breathing in nice and deeply. Releasing the breath steadily, slowly. Really feeling that expansion on the in-breath. And then feeling into that sense of release on the out-breath. Letting it go, softening through the body. Okay, and then just resuming a regular rhythm for the breath. So, with our curiosity and interest, let's move our attention to hearing, to noticing the sounds. Remembering to soften and relax in the body, and seeing if we can let the sounds come to us rather than seeking or straining to hear. So remembering this lightness, this softness, opening up with curiosity. What can I hear? What can I notice? Noticing sounds all around you, near and far. Seeing if you can move away from labeling the sounds to almost as if you're hearing them for the first time. So again, it's drawing on this curiosity and seeing if we can hear the raw sensations of the sounds, the quality of the sounds. Not as if they're good or bad, but are they short or long? Quick, sharp, soft? What do we notice? Are they low or high? You might notice the space between sounds. And the interesting thing here is that we can notice how sounds come and go. Sounds are always in the present moment. So some might be long and consistent, some might be repetitive, some you might hear and then not hear again. So noticing this changing element, this impermanence of sounds. And if the mind gets lost in a story about the sound, that's okay. We can draw on our kindness and gently guide the attention back to listening, to hearing. So here we're observing, witnessing sounds in our experience, cultivating our awareness, paying attention in the present moment. So now the invitation is we're going to let go of hearing and we're going to move our attention to noticing our thoughts. So starting to notice our thoughts. Now sometimes when we turn our attention to thoughts, oddly, we might draw a blank, as if all the thoughts disappear just by the nature of looking at them. This may or may not be true for you, and doesn't matter either way. But if it is, just resting gently, again, maybe softening through the body. We're not seeking or searching for thoughts, we're just curious as to what comes into our mind. Maybe there's some words, maybe there's an image, maybe there's a memory of a conversation. Maybe thoughts about something to remember. Or planning. What's for dinner? So we're seeing if we can observe and witness the mental activity in our mind. Sometimes it might be helpful to have a sense of the mind like a sky, and that the clouds in the sky are thoughts. And these thoughts might be big and looming. They might be small and fleeting, like small clouds. So I'm just seeing if that's a helpful image for you. Another helpful way might be to imagine your mind is a movie screen and you're seeing these thoughts and images as they flash across the screen. And importantly, you're witnessing them, you're watching them. And of course, if you get lost in a thought, get caught up in a story of one of your thoughts, that's fine. Bringing in that kindness, gently guiding the attention back to this sense of witnessing, to observing, watching our thoughts. And the important thing here is just as when we were listening to sounds, it can be important to recognize that thoughts come and go, that thoughts change. Some thoughts can be fleeting, but generally there's a sense of impermanence. They move and shift and change. Maybe from time to time, just softening through the body. Resting in this place of observing, this awareness of our thoughts. Being curious as to what's here. What do I notice? And it's from this place of the observer, creating this little bit of distance between ourselves and our thoughts, as we're creating that space where we can choose how to respond to something. We might bring in a question: is this helpful or unhelpful? Is this useful or is this not useful? Okay, so we're going to let go of our thoughts now, which is another important thing to be able to do. Seeing if we can let go of those thoughts and bringing our attention now back into the body where we began. Perhaps feeling your feet on the ground, feeling your seat in the chair, whatever you're seated upon. Feeling your hands resting in your lap. Feeling your breath moving in your body. Maybe taking a nice deep breath in, letting it out steadily, and we'll bring this practice to a close. So taking your time, bringing some gentle movement into the body, that feels good. Opening your eyes when you feel ready, just taking in your surroundings. Lovely. So, thank you for your practice, and you might like to repeat this practice at another time, or you could always sit and extend it yourself. But this idea of just cultivating awareness, noticing, using our senses, listening, but also with this idea of moving into this place of, noticing those thoughts, noticing those thinking patterns. Okay, so may you go well.